had this fucking dream. This girl tried to break into my house. Like she was doing it again to break into international security. I should have never took that chick to Old Navy, man. I'm telling you, man. For some reason, I think that chick was just with me, so I could have took a shop in Old Navy or certain places. I should have never did it. Anyway, listen, this is for international security, social security, that I made this video, and yesterday I made the video, but I don't think y'all were understanding what I was telling y'all, man. I told, listen, remember, when I move out of America, I don't care because I'm gonna go recover a certain type of way. If I end up dying where I'm going, I'd rather die because, I'm gonna tell you something how real this is. My mental recovery to the things that was already happening to me in life has to be a certain type of way. And then on top of it, I'm gonna go follow my physics because you tried to kill me with drugs. So I'm gonna go where there's nothing but headhunters and a drug epidemic a certain type of way. But I'm gonna just say just like this, I'm gonna be real with you. Tried to warn international security. I tried to warn social. It's called social international security. So when I made my documentary, it was called social. But I told you the people that's gonna come murder America is the people that's gonna work for America. They're gonna work for America probably like 10 years, a little while, and then they're gonna start targeting your families, your comfortability, your workplaces, your privacy, because they gotta do forms of physics. So they're gonna be offering you pussy like is water. They're gonna be offering you pussy like is water. Like it's gonna seem like this is the only piece of pussy you have, and that's the person that's killing you. That's the person that's gonna end all America. It's just they already wanted me out of America. That's the person that's gonna invade China, and that's the person that's gonna invade Asia, invade Russia, India. They're gonna hit into all those sequences, and they're gonna be trying to spread their and break the sacredcy of all legacies and lineages. And then on top of it, they're gonna want to clone China, Asia, and they're gonna try to clone America. I'm guaranteeing you, you'll know it's going beyond far when they try to clone India. Yeah, listen, let me explain something to you. I tried to warn you what the person already looks like. The person that's doing it is gonna do it. You remember that's gonna target you, your family. It's gonna be like the movie Ninja Assassins. They're gonna target you. They're gonna target your family. They're gonna target your comfortability. They're gonna target your privacy, your relationships, your secrecy. They're gonna target the place your children. They're gonna try to influence your children. They're gonna jump. It's gonna go so far that person is gonna seem like some lucrative spoiled poison water all in your digital system. That person is gonna want to, because they're gonna the real reason they're gonna target you is because they at a point of time they have to target me. So I have to leave America because I already seen it been going too far with the person that's already doing it. But probably I should just literally tell you who it is. It's that girl Siobhan Songs. Believe me or not, she's gonna be a chick that comes up with. She's gonna be like Bethany and them's forerunner, like the Dino bitch. They're gonna tell you because remember I told you, if you really know a star being, you ask them about Betty's light. The they call the pebbles. The bulls, like the little rat, the little ramming rat that's all over the place that had to be contained in a certain type of way in ancient time. And then my wife, hey, I'm not gonna get into it, man, but it was Rags Edge Bleeding Shields rape that when they try to rape into Betty's actual life, and we detained that situation and contained it. And then on top of it, then she tried to do it to my other wives, but I had to contain it somewhere a certain type of way, the way it was certain things was done for the outbreak of the spread of the biohazard chemistry, that it really was a certain type of way. It was so real. She even listen. she tried to clone the Golden Empress as a certain type of way and made the Golden Empress feel such a way that the Golden Empress was about to come out and she was gonna collapse. She was gonna collapse. Man, I don't even want to tell you what really happened because if you don't know, you're not an original person. So I'm just gonna tell you, it was the girl. She looked just like Siobhan Swans. She looks exactly like your Supergirl or like your old Supergirl or the your Lois Lane. Because remember at the time of Superman, because why did Superman get crippled? This is why I left in the cryptology when I was because remember I wasn't gonna remember. And when I was coming up, I wasn't thinking about what the fuck was going on in life. So I had to leave the individual cryptology to its secrecy for you could realize what was going on in the crystal. It was like you remember I left them like fragments of crystal shears from his planet. So it was gonna be Lois Lane. She was gonna look like Lois Lane. She was gonna look like a girl named Laura. She looked like this girl named Laura that used to go to St. Thomas with me. Really, that's her real. That's the way she really looked. She got some big funny nose, and then all type. You remember it was a big thing with the plastic surgery, fixing people nose and certain other type of things. Listen, let me explain something to you. She was the first one that went after my polo clothing line and shit. I had the polo clothing line on. It was me, Ralph Lane. But it was to let everybody know Ralph Lauren, the real, a certain type of way of acknowledging me because I am Magi Star Lee, also, the real Buddha. And then you remember my son was so beyond recognition the time that he was looked upon at a generation of his life because I made sure my son was complete. I wanted a certain of my son to make sure he was complete a certain type of way before my other sons a certain type of way and stuff. And then the real anyway, it's just like it's just like the situation with the Chan family. The real Chan that was complete a certain type of way. It just like that when I complete the individual, the Ming fan was complete. Nobody knew who they were, what they looked like and stuff. Don't worry about that. But I'm just gonna be real. The girl that was targeting you was literally she was gonna be called Lois Lane because she was gonna try to get in the lowest lane. You get it? The lowest in the lane, like the fucking gutter, the fucking if you don't clean, it be the biohazard bitch. I'm the lane, the reason, the ways of life, the reason you can see the route line. But she was gonna be called the lowest lane, like the biohazard bitch, the gutter. The cryptology was let you know the gutter, the distinct bio gutter of everybody residue of fuck a certain type of way if individuals didn't keep clean and shit. And then on top of it, the thing I didn't want her to find out, that's why I left the Superman cryptology, is to not let her find out anything about Sodom and Gomorrah and Babylon or linking with certain people that knew certain things about them because she already targeted them in the past and almost became. This is why that was one of the other main reasons the rape happened during the times of Sodom and Gomorrah. She tried to get rid of even the Scorpion Empress. She was such a biohazard debris. The Scorpion Empress came, at the time the Scorpion Empress came down from the stars reflecting as her because she was, you remember the Scorpion, the Scorpions are the natural regard of space and stars. She came down and came to me looking like a nightmare to me a certain type of way at the time. She cried. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Oh my God. I was like, get the fuck away from me. She was like, no, 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 no. And she had to reassure me who she was. And then I didn't want to deal with that. I literally put a certain type of way in another realm, a certain type of way, just because of that. Because I had to make sure that situation was really clean before I even looked at her a certain type of way. And I watched the whole situation because I did something that she didn't know nothing about. And then after that, when I was sure it was her, then I did something else. But I knew at that point of the Scorpion because you remember, a person regarding, I don't know what to tell you, a person regarding has to regard or their circumference. So I made sure I knew what I was doing a certain type of way. the way it stepped in was through Sagittarius, because half man, half horse. And then the way she did it was Horus, because they did it from the pyramid. They used individuals of the pyramid to spread the curse that she wanted to curse the empresses of this earth, the empresses that was learning the social economics of this earth and other social economic system. And then she was the reason that the Superman planet collapsed. She went, yo, listen, this girl was such a biohazard debris, she almost crippled Superman. My child, look, listen, she couldn't cripple me. She almost crippled my child. And then on top of it, she literally ended the planets of the super planets. Yo, listen, I ain't never, yo, listen, it was bad enough. The niggas that caused this situation were like giants. Their mothers were like, I told you their mother's name. They were like miniature girls, but with big heads, and they were like giants, and they were growing to real big giant. Like, I mean, like real big giants. Yo, my nigga, they were able to pocket their own planet a certain type of way, my nigga. And this is why you have that the cartoon about the Dragon Balls and shit. Another nigga was like, yo, the Dragon Ball and ping pong niggas. You know what I'm saying? I made the game ping pong for that. Like, yo, listen, these are ping pong niggas, my nigga. These niggas these niggas will, they only could do it to their planet. They can't shrink other planets and stuff. That's not their habitation. They don't know what's going on. It won't happen a certain type of way. They were only able to shrink their planet and shit, because that was like their protection. They kept it on them and stuff. But yo, my nigga, those were ping pong niggas, my nigga. The reason why I made the game ping pong. You remember tennis? I made tennis, ping pong, just because of them niggas. They were the most. Yo, my nigga. I contained the situation a certain type of way, and then certain things didn't happen in a time sequence. So because it didn't happen, and I was being lenient for my wife's dignity, for the way she was portrayed a certain type of way, and say, because the reason why I say it's not pay trade or p trade, it's po trade, because it was po that caused the situation a certain type of way. And then also there was a level of the cryptology saying police also, because my regard during the times of the Hercules cartoon, I left you some cryptic notes. Like, she knew about individuals' element science. They targeted individuals' elements, so there was people taking pisses and shits where they weren't supposed to at a time. And this is when I knew they were gonna go after the Ice Galaxy, because remember when during the times of the Ice Galaxy, I made like showed them how to have an outhouse, how to clean an outhouse. Before we had to make the first structures of the piping for the bathrooms and stuff like that. I made like an outhouse. Had to do certain things for them on a level of physics for their purity, so they would be able to do certain things. So we, cut the bottom layer of the outhouse, the square, push it in, then pulled it out. It was like a tray, you pushed it in, pulled it out, had the sand and everything, and then people would take a shit, and then they go somewhere, dump it. They'll put they would do some smell good, certain chemistry things I gave them, special chemistry things I gave them. They would crush it down into the shit, and it would dissolve it, and the next thing they would be able to burn it, and leave an area a certain type of way. We're surrounded with a certain type of structure and built for the outhouse and stuff, for the structure and built, so the Empress would know the difference of the shit and the debris when it came to anyway. I don't want to explain something to you. So when the situations happen, individuals, you gotta be careful. This bitch will probably hear this video and just she'll go back and try to eat up people economic system and blame other people, and you'll be fucking stupid a certain type of way. But the only thing is gonna be different. Your DNA is gonna be more enriched than us, so you're just hoping that you're educated. But anyway, it's just like the chick, it's just like the Empress had to make a little certain structure where she did certain things, and then on the outside. So this chick was already targeting the Ice Galaxy a certain type of way and stuff. She was trying to stay a part of people's, and that she started targeting their privacy. It made it seem like she was the only pussy that anybody could have. Yo, listen, the way she collapsed the fucking Superman galaxy was beyond. Yo, listen. I looked at my wife like, yo, listen, she something happened during the Galactical War. They tried to murder me one time before, and then they it's because they didn't know where my other son was, and they were fearful because my other son, he never did what they did, and then they were wondering what was going on, and they wanted to kill him before anything before certain things happened, because they were mad, they were scared that I was going to continue something a certain type of way, so they became like a a burden to a form of consciousness, because they weren't going to be able to be a part of the 42 equality, and then the 42 was higher than them. I'm not gonna tell you when all this happened, or what was going on, or how, or exact, or to know. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you none of these things. Because another person doesn't know. When I'm telling you this now, I didn't want to say nothing before. But if I'm telling you it's something that you were supposed to take care of, or you go get it, you know what I'm saying, I don't even gotta tell you, and other people were mad because of my sons they were highly educated a certain type of way with certain things. They just didn't say nothing, and the way they moved around and stuff. You know, all I'm gonna say is like this, these individuals knew certain individuals. It was so real. My son had to learn how to. Had to learn how to distance them. So this is why I showed them the higher intellect education, because they had to learn how to distance themselves from individuals a certain type of way. But I'm gonna just tell you, this chick, those chicks, you remember, she was a biohazard debris from a rape that happened a certain type of way, and individuals, when they did it, they were so vindictive, they were sick. It's just like watching the movie Ninja Assassin. An individual's whole type of situation. There's nothing that goes to waste a certain type of way. And my wife debris of her situation is a certain type of way. And because she dishonored a jewel and an element, remember, she tried to kill the Empress of Love. She even went after China. She went after certain empresses within China, and then she went after the Love Empress herself. When she went after the Jewel Love Empress, and then she fucked up, and then went after the Love Empress herself, my other wife, the real Love Empress. And when she did that, she didn't know nothing about nothing. And then when she did that, there was nothing else to be spoke. Yo, you went after the Love Emperor. Yo, you have to be fucked up to want to fuck up love. Yo, you gotta be some stupid bitch. And then the way she did, she was decrippling and making love decrepit, and she was making people feel like they shouldn't even have. This is when you knew you had a conditional sickness, because I'm the Most High, and I am very militant when it comes to physics. But when it comes to refinement and the real equality of the higher intellect, to have love for one's physical self and the consciousness of one's habitation and surrounding is everything. When a person makes you feel like you shouldn't feel that way, that's when you know you have a real disease, a certain type. Well, you won't believe what I'm saying right now. You should, because you should be educated, but I have nothing else to say. And then the way she did it is because she manipulated people, because they weren't me. I'm the real one that made all life. I'm the soulmate of all the empresses, literally. And then she says she made it seem like it was an emotional thing to do something. So because it shouldn't be fair women, she started causing jealousy of empresses that was be. Yo, listen, there, there was how can I say this, millenniums, yo, listen, quadrillions, beyond a zillion millennium of wives I had already through time, that yo, the endless count is endless. I'll be tired just counting a certain type of way how many wives I had, and then the bitch was made, and all of them was in the perfect harmony, perfect. I don't even want to tell you. It was like you find out it's like super beyond sad. It was like, oh shit, you you know for a fact it's not nothing. So you'll know for a fact what I'm speaking about. And then the bitch the bitch tried to manipulate she oh you listen the bitch invaded the digital light system. She was the one that weakened the calendar of era and caused it to be. This is why, and another reason why I didn't do certain things a certain type of way, because the calendar of era had the Luciferian vein, the serpent vein. So because of that, I was like, yo, I never did that ever again in any type of way in any other calendar. That was the only calendar that had the Luciferian vein, because that was beyond dangerous. And all the other veins were different, and he never did what that shit did. So that was like, I don't know what it was a certain type of way. I don't know what martial arts or what happened with certain individuals a certain type of way. I'm the magi of all space, and I know everything before my wife. And my wife will be the second to know everything before me. But, well, not before me. I'll know before, but she'll be the second to know before the children. Because you gotta understand, I'm within the earth, so the way you're hearing certain things a certain type of way, and I still know before her. So it was like a sacrecy being kept without her even realizing that I know. But it's just like I didn't say nothing. I didn't get into my wife's business a certain type of way because certain things that was happening. So I just kept quiet to myself and stuff. It's just like, a man knows what love and equality is. A man is not gonna look at a stupidity at a level until certain situations happen. So a man just ignores the situation. So because other things already happening a certain type of way. I'm a man of regard of real international. So I'm not gonna endanger a situation more than what it is. But the girl at the time I healed you, I saved the Superman planet. I was able to heal my son from even being crippled a certain type of way. The physics was never gonna catch up to me ever, ever in life. It's not even catch up to me. It was never gonna affect me ever in life. Even if it is something happened to my wife, I wouldn't have nothing to worry about with me. But the chick, she almost tried to collapse my wife. That was one of the super empresses. And then when I seen it get into the Mega Man planets, I knew it was too much. I was like, oh, okay, wait, y'all just a super planet. The Mega Man planets are beyond, a certain type of way. Like there's levels that you won't even know about certain physics and science when it comes to that. You went a little too far. I knew this bitch was a real danger in life because something about them I'm not gonna tell you. I was like the bitch is a real danger in life, and this was the calendar and the way she did it was the only animal calendar a certain type of way in the paradigm of time of certain ways that had this type of wild emotions and stuff. And then at a time, there's something that happened in the Galactical War, the reason of the zodiac a certain type of way. So I knew instantly what caused this certain situation and this out this. Certain things don't even have to be said. But the chick, she looked just like Siobhan Swans. The back in the days when it caused individuals to listen. Let me explain something to you, man. She tried to invade. She would these individuals I'm talking about before. They tried to invade the Ninja Galaxy. They tried to invade Shaolin Temple. They didn't know certain things about Shaolin Temple. They didn't know about even the other temples, and then they did the stupidest thing ever in life, and then that was it. But the chick, you listen, she looks like Siobhan Sons. Her name is Siobhan Sons. She looks like she got a big head. Their head is big. They try to blend in with the elves. Their retreat plot is the elves. You can't let her go longer than that. If she's not the elf, she's gonna go into the horses. She's gonna try to go to the horse planets. Because she's a person that wants to eliminate certain physics a certain type of way. Because she'll collapse the world. She'll end the world if certain things can't happen. It's a disease though, but it's so real. Death was beyond brutal when it came to the acknowledgement. Something that couldn't even be put. You couldn't fuck up when it came to the death. When it came to that chick, you couldn't fuck up because it one fuck up, the nigga's not gonna say nothing because he's gonna realize the end of the world is coming, and it's just because of your stupidity, and you that means you're trying to be there's no raffling and tickets with a man that's responsible to the vitalness of a form of existence a certain type of way. There's no playing with certain things like that. So once you start having like baton and raffle tickets, like you want to be down, that means you're just exposing an individual, and then you're just gonna be a bone marrow disease a certain type of way to the nigga. So a nigga just not gonna say nothing. He might not even. I don't even know how individuals is. Anyway, I don't want to get into it. This bitch ended the fucking dinosaur age before that. But before certain things, she already ended the dinosaur age. She had boyfriends that were put away also, that ended the dinosaur age before, and it made it seem like they were so well skilled with their lying tactical techniques. It looked like they never did anything. They tried to manipulate. They were so. You ever had a coward, a person that has a gun, and then they're scared of what a person could do, and then they go out and try to kill an innocent person, or somebody that was gonna correct or discipline a situation, and then that person murders them, and then they looked at, and that person is because they were so scared of what was going on. They didn't even. They wasn't even about that life a certain type of way, and they did something like that. That was like the worst thing that a person could ever do a certain type of way. Even when it came to certain teachings, like even the Kabbalah, another person looks at it like, what? Oh my God. It's just like, let me show you. I'm not gonna tell you about certain things. There's things about the Kabbalah you don't even know about, and there's higher scrolls of the Kabbalah, of a certain type of education that's taught that nobody will ever know on this planet. So it's just like, because it's not meant for individuals, because individuals are not the real higher regard, so they're not meant to know certain other things. But it's just like an individual and stuff. Once you have people telling you they're not fearful of social, how can I say this, international security in any form, or if they influence, they're not scared of international security, and they're not a part of international security, the reason of the hierarchy of international security, then something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that person, you gotta know individuals' track records. This is why historical events of other individuals are beyond important. Because if you don't know what was going on with individuals' historical events, then your life could be in real danger, because there's things you got to take so beyond serious when you're a part of international security. And regular people cannot be a part of international security a certain type of way. Certain things got to be kept at a level at bay, because the real international security is beyond sacred for reasons of being international security. So I don't want to speak about it. But it's just like, and you can't let a person that is international security want to break down or make weak any form of regard a certain type of way. Certain things are happening a certain type of way, but a person at a point even of their mental conducting one's social habitation, of one's physical, gotta be able to be able to move a certain type of way and conquer the reason of a person even not indulging in physical attributes of other in situations. For that to even be done and to create a physical like that, me personally had to go through things to even be able to do certain things a certain type of way that I conquer. I'm the real glory, my nigga. I conquered the reality already. I don't never, yo, my nigga, the things I did, I should never have to do it again. If it happens, it's the end of the world. But like I said, it's just when I say the world, remember the world teach social economics. That's all I'm gonna tell you. So now, as I said, so is as going forward and stuff, it's just like it's just the reality of the situation. And then the girl, she made it seem like nobody can have a privacy. It was so real. She tried to become the privacy of sacred regard a certain type of way at a time That's how she got to the good to the Superman points, and she almost collapsed it. And it will show in a level of physics, even in the digital system. The digital system, it would keep coming up like a warning, like something's going wrong a certain type of way. And then you have to find out for yourself, man. But the girl, she looked just like Siobhan Sons. I'm not saying Styles P and them was wrong, but there's something that you don't know about certain things a certain type of way. And then I left certain things a certain type of way because if too much happened a certain type of way, and a certain type of indulgence, and then a certain things start happening secretly and other people don't want to tell you about it, then the real endangerment starts. This is why during the time civil war, because people like civilized during the times of civil war is the most scariest thing another person wouldn't realize, because that's when an individual is being beyond real before it gets to the full out blunt traumatic events in the physical reality. But anyway, man, I'm gonna be real. Like, it's just like the guy. That's not a good situation over there, man. Hey, I don't got nothing else to tell you, man. But you'll find out sooner or later for yourself, man. Don't don't end up manipulated because another person did certain things to certain people, or find out who they were, recognize them, and then start to manipulate. And then let me let you know something. I let Bethany and them go a certain type of way. I'm gonna tell you straight up. A person's like, "What are you speaking about?" Let me explain something to you. You ever seen it's called Frozen. I let these chicks go, and then they started getting into the porno life. Like, instead of coming to me, their husband, and refining, I don't know who did what to them in a certain martial arts. I encased these chicks a certain type of way that was in ice a certain type of way. When I let them go, I was like, yo, listen, if something happens, they gotta come straight to me, because they're gonna know their real strength, or the refinement of strength is come to me. I don't know if another man already did certain martial arts, these other men were brutal and these people were still around, the higher regard. Did you just don't know about them? And then I don't know what manipulation or what bar scenes individuals went through, but we in 2019, 2018. I don't expect another person to be subtle or stupid to other individuals' influence. And then we at a point of time where a person already has beyond the reflection at a point exactly, unless they jumped into the digital system. Now, if they jumped into the digital system, that's when the danger starts. Because you ever call somebody to come to the physical realm, and then they feel so convenient because they want to go to their house, they want to go find out who got hookups and go to their house and travel back, and another person is just, your husband's not around. I'm over here, and then next thing you know, I'm the literal husband that's over here, and then somebody else is watching them steps, and they're an in tank, and then you have cursed dogs like likings and stuff like that, things that you don't know nothing about in history, and then you got bitches that just come out with pussies. They got a scent. Oh my god. So these bitches can end up being beyond tactically targeted, then manipulated to do something stupid one way, and then I let a but because I figured somebody would have did something stupid a certain type of way. I called certain of my wives, and then next thing you know, they spread out. One does it. If it's an infection, the other one got to realize it happened here, 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 here. She did that. She did that. She did that. She did that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Something might be wrong. Like, why all them doing certain things like that? One has to be smart for her own life and get away, right? If all of them keep getting into it, and then they start banding like so and so, and then they will be on the refinement of the real purity a certain type of way, and their education to their art was beyond. So when I start realizing certain things happen, I'm gonna start stripping them. They're gonna realize it's only me that could do this. They can't look at me. I didn't touch you. I didn't do nothing with you. I'm the real situation through the paradigm of time. So that means whoever's doing that to you, or causing the situation, I don't know what built up a certain type of way in time, and individuals are on some ninja assassin shit. Did you see the movie Ninja Assassin? Nothing else to be said. Yo, hey, you know, once I could let a form of purity of high, real high. Yo, listen, these chicks are beyond dependent. These are some cold blooded. They're not even from the ice galaxy, but these are some cold blooded, real murderers, my nigga. Like chicks that international security is going to admire because the way they move, but they would never be a part of international security. They would regard their own habitation of their consciousness, and if they turn bad, that means the Empress of Betty can't ever return and stuff. So I would have to call the Celestial Empress to handle all of them. That's the only one that can handle them, and I can't do it from this planet, and I can't do it on a planet because calling the Celestial Empress is something beyond sacred. That's like saving the stars before the stars collapse. A certain, I can't even tell you. Anyway, oh well, just letting the chick that she born song, she looked like Wonder Woman, Supergirl, Lois Lane. There you go, that one. Yo, let me tell you something. Betty, my wife Betty, you'll think that Bethany and them look like that girl a little bit. Bethany and them don't resemble that girl. Their physical look is real different. If you start seeing that girl, that means somebody smoking cigarettes or they doing their fucking vacuum bag mythology and shit. That means somebody's already doing certain things a certain type of way. And remember, they were encased in ice. So what irritated their if it's around in the physical reality, some of them already knew about elements. If it's around in the physical reality, it's gonna start reflecting in their anatomy, in their mythology, and then hey man, I don't have to tell a chick that is a scary thing moving with something irritating your nervous system, knowing how serious it was before. Another chick doesn't want to be looked upon like she's a fucking plague and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like, what did your homegirl do? Did you go to refine with me, or did you go to a fucking next man and then I hope you didn't get with your dog boyfriends. Another person said, "Why did you let Mushu go so far in dogs?" I said, "Yo, listen, man, that was a calendar of light. I was educated when it came to the real martial arts. I'm a man of intellect, a man of high enlightenment already, beyond the calendar like that made all the other calendars like before that situation. Of course, I could be able to let that situation go because when you learn the real skills of the martial arts is a difference. But a person that already does wrong, once they do wrong a certain type of way in their legacy and lineage, it's just like dishonoring your dignity. Me being your dignity, the reason of your signature. So the education needs not to continue a certain type of way. Fuck out of here. See, and then you hear the snitch ass nigga Bill on the phone trying to manipulate. Yo, listen, man, you go ahead with your scared dog outside and shit, shaking and shit. That that's it right there. I guarantee you, my physics will show. It'll show, my nigga, how is a nigga saving his life. And then I told you, my wife. I can't even tell you. I can't even finish telling you. I can't. My wife's dignity. My wife. Hold up. Wait. Who stepped out that place?
You did the right thing, Colin. I don't even know where they're going. Should be an incredible danger as long as she's with them. Follow her.
Assault one seems reasonable, but we're not overreaching with the attempted murder charge, are we, Miss Novak?
Oh,
Your future favorite song, playing now. 97 Kicks FM.
yo, listen. You ever had a nigga learn element science and then wonder why he's reflecting in the physical and doing certain things a certain type of way in life? And then a man has to be beyond delicate with him, like, yo, listen, homeboy. You don't know what's going on with your physics to the anatomy of your life. Yo, listen, you gotta be very, yo, bro, don't even feel a certain type of way. Just, you tell a nigga calm down because it's a sad thing because a man like me, yo, I used to do it so much. It used to make me vibrate. It's like, yo, my God, I can't do this. It's like the way my wife is feeling and me knowing what's going on. Like, I have to be at a high emotion of happiness to be able to doctor that situation, and I'm not over here. I'm not feeling like that in America, so I'm out. I gotta go on a vacation. I can't. Yo, listen. The music I made at a time, yo, listen. It was beyond jaw dropping. People used to look at me like, yo, you're. They used to be like, yo, you're. There's another one. It used to be on a beyond emotional. Uh, People used to come to me and be like, "Yo, listen, it was so real a certain type of way. It was so real a certain type of way that I had to watch when I was making music. I had to watch other people that wanted to become musicians, and I used to have to stop my kids from becoming a musician. I had to let my other children that mastered certain things know what was going on a certain type of way because it's not like I did anything so and so to let them fulfill this situation. I had to make sure me and their mother did a certain thing certain way so they would acknowledge, okay, they wouldn't feel a way about the situation. And I already made, there's nothing you, oh my God. I don't gotta tell you, man. You'll find out yourself, man. A person is just like a person. It's like, say my son is feeling suicidal. He does an element science, and I have to doctor his mother. And then say he wants to start letting go a certain type of way to his emotions. I can't let my son finish and murder himself and call a bursting of a star in sky and in a space in my wife's privacy a certain type of way. So because he can't manipulate his own physics for his own being at a time because he can't depend on the main empress of space because the way she'll look at the situation at a point she's already militant in her constant her physics. She's not gonna look at a situation trying to make her feel remorseful like she's gonna be manipulated to catch a disease. That's impossible. So my wife militants, the way she looks at this is she'll feel heartless. It'll feel heartless, but another person doesn't understand what's really going on. So it's like a man can't let go of emotion, especially when he's reconditioned in love that is not that is and say he's reconditioning something and he's not the soulmate of what he's reconditioning is already when you learn about anatomy and the physics is already hurting one's energy a certain type of way because one is containing something and seeming like it's seeming like it was holding something from ever being achieved. It's like some of my sons used to come to me. It used to be like nightmares in my wife's house. I used to be in my wife's house like, oh my God, yo, man, I already be feeling away from the things I was already doing for the day. And then my son said, "You don't want me to have love? Huh? You don't want to have love? What's wrong with me having love or something?" And I used to look at the nigga like, oh my God. I used to look at my wife like, yo, this is going to be one of the individuals that's going to try to hold my love. My wife used to be like, what are you talking about? I said, babes, I'm a star. I'm a light, babes. Already ahead of time, this is one of the individuals going to be called like a cock blocker. He's gonna have something of mine and it's not meant for him to have it, and then he's complaining ahead of time like I don't want him to have love because he's already not ready. But the static of the friction of the anatomy of the light that's causing it is at his place. It's nothing to do with me because if I didn't love, I would have never made him, and he didn't understand who his love was and is at a level because he wants to be more than himself. So I try to fulfill his happiness at a level for himself. He wants to go directly to something that he can never be the soulmate of. He's gonna learn the hardest lesson in life, and then he's gonna end up murdering somebody that is really supposed to be loved. This guy, your babes, he's gonna be called a cock blocker. I just couldn't tell it. Like the nigga didn't understand the reflection of the anatomy of the even within the elements and also the anatomy of light. I was like, yo, man, I couldn't explain it. Yo, there was nothing else to say. It's just like the way I used to feel, and then I used to go do music. It was like, oh my god, my wives needed, and the reason why it happened, I had so much wives beyond so that needed that type of situation. My son couldn't do it because he would have been an instant fade out, and he would have been like hamburger meat to whoever was around it. I don't need a rape. I don't need any rape. You know, another nigga probably be telling nigga, once you out hearing niggas in the music, do your own what? Yeah, I don't want to tell you, man. Whatever, man. You know, but you seen the date and time, loved one. Bye bye. So long. I'm going on my vacation, America. Thank you for your injections. I'm going straight to Cokeville, and I didn't need those type of